Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Two Dudes podcast. I'm Rick, that's Kevin. We got another good one for you today. Gonna be talking a lot of music today. Uh, got some good stuff here too. Kev, how you doing, man?
Oh man, trying to maintain, this whole journey getting my health back in line. I want to kick my own ass because these doctor appointments they wearing me thin, bro. The way they holding things down, which it's all for a reason, all for a purpose. It's just
Yeah.
I have so much regret for just letting myself go. And I had an epiphany yesterday. And this one, for if we got people to watch, view, whatever,
Hmm.
this is what I want to say. Because this would have helped me to not be where I'm at. When your friend, sibling, whatever, goes through something traumatic and they're solo at home, you need to check on them. It's more than just calling. You need to physically, visually check on them. Because if you don't, it's easy to be because what's the trademark? Man, we need to link. Oh yeah, we gonna just call me. Yeah, we gonna link up. Yeah, we just. How often do you really link up with somebody when you do shit like that?
Not very often.
This stuff always gets in the way. You're always doing something. So calling, yeah, that's great and everything, but you need to physically check on a person. You need to physically go to their house, knock on their door. Cause that happened to me more. I'd had to be more active. I'd have went somewhere. I'd had to do something. But since it happened to me so little, I just sat here doing nothing, watching TV, eating a bunch of bullshit, just day in and day out. If it wasn't, as a matter of fact, if the girls didn't have soccer practice, didn't go nowhere. Didn't worry about changing clothes. Just got to work tomorrow, do it all over again the next day.
Now, just remember this. I heard this from a doctor one time, and it makes perfect sense for two reasons. His phrase was, "You didn't get that way in one day,
Oh
so
no,
don't expect to get out of it. So
yeah,
be patient, take your time, do what the doctors say, and it's about can plus one. That means do what you can every day and try to add something else to it. And by taking your time and not focusing on any kind of timeline or anything, every few weeks you'll notice huge differences. Huge. Just it's about consistency.
yeah. Yeah, but right now they did work on my leg. I think I went to the wound specialist, so I got to keep my leg up when I'm sitting on the couch right now. Got my leg elevated, so I guess right now technically I can't do anything. So hopefully when I go see them again Tuesday, they'll do something a little better, tighten my stuff up a little bit more to where I can start doing something workout wise. I guess right now they just want me to do nothing. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know if these doctors offices need to talk to each other. Kind of had to do blood work again yesterday, like I didn't just do it last week. So I donated a lot of blood with no cookie, no apple juice, no, you know what I'm saying? No
Don't
bag of chips.
don't you hate it? You go in there, you get poked and prodded, and you're like, does the left hand know what the right hand is doing? What's going on here? But it's all good because
Yeah.
it will work out. All right. I got a funny headline here for you.
All right.
All right. I guess there's a celebrity feud going on between Ryan Reynolds and Gerard Butler. All right. Everybody knows who Ryan Reynolds is. If you're familiar with Gerard Butler, he's been in a few things. The Fallen series, Olympus has fallen, London has fallen, and something else fell. Wasn't it Angel has fallen or something? And everybody really remembers him from the 300. That was
You
back when
know, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that was back when he was slim, trim, and had that, six pack, unless it was really spray painted on. But anyway, that's another story for another time. apparently somebody was interviewing him, and they asked him if he's watched any movies lately, and they mentioned Free Guy, and the person that he was interviewing, he said, I don't actually know what Free Guy is. And the reporter said, that's a Ryan Reynolds project. And he looked at him and said, Ryan Reynolds project? Oh, shit, is it? So Ryan got word of it. Kind of took the high road, but kind of slammed him too. Because, Ryan's all on Twitter. And his Twitter reaction was funny as hell. It says, can you believe Gerard Butler doesn't know what Free Guy is? Also, can you believe that he and his wife are donating up to $1 million to a charity? And he mentions the charity. I just like the way he mentioned Butler and then blew it off and said, I have $1 million. You don't. We're donating it to charity.
I'm pretty sure Butler got $1 million to donate if he wanted to.
Yeah, but I like Ryan's tact about it. He didn't talk shit. He's just basically saying, look what I'm doing. I'm not going to, he didn't clap back, and that's what's great. He didn't clap back. And I can respect that because you know how he plays a smart ass in just about everything. I'm sure he thought of several things that he could say. And now we're going to go to the NFL. I got a couple things before I get to this week's games. We got 10 players up for the Hall of Fame. So I'm going to name these 10 players, and you tell me if you think they're going to get in next season.
Okay.
Anquan Bolden.
No.
I agree. Devin Hester.
Hester? No.
I'm going to say yeah on Hester. Steve Smith.
No.
I'm going to say yes on Steve Smith. That man was the Carolina Panthers for the longest.
Yeah, but his mouth, though. His mouth is going to make him wait a year.
Jake Long.
Who the fuck is Jake Long?
He was he played for, I think, the Atlanta Falcons. I want to say.
Oh, is it Chris Long? I mean,
yeah, Chris Long's brother. Yeah.
He played offensive line, didn't he?
Yeah, he was the older son.
Yeah, his ass can stay out too.
Nick Mangold.
He's in.
I'm pretty sure he knows he's in. He's doing them Bud Light seltzer commercials.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Ware.
Nah.
Robert Mathis. I think he's in.
I don't think so.
Vince Wilfork.
He's in.
Antonio Cromartie.
He's never getting in.
Really?
He wasn't that good of a corner consistently.
That
He's better
true.
having kids than he is. He's better having kids than playing corner.
All right. Andre Johnson.
From the Texans?
Yes, sir.
Oh, H-Town in there. He in there. Hold it up. He in there.
Okay. So it sounds like you got 4 going in. 4 is the minimum that the NFL will take. 8 is the maximum. So it's going to be at least 2 left out.
Going back to the ones you named, everybody's name, if I had to add 2 more, then I probably would take Bolden and Smith, or Bolden and Hester, or Smith and Hester. But ain't nobody else worthy of going. DeMarcus Ware, maybe in 2 years, but I don't see him being first ballot.
That's true. I agree with that. Now, before we get to this week's action and the fantasy stats and everything, I want to ask you.
The hell with
that. What do you think overall in the entire NFL? What was the shocker of last week? I'm going to say I'm shocked that Carolina is 2-0 and the way they put that beat down on New Orleans.
No, the shocker last week is still how Kansas City's hated. The shocker is how everybody's acting like they're surprised at what Lamar Jackson did. He does that to everybody. He did it last week. So I don't know everybody's acting. He did it to your Raiders. I don't know everybody acting brand new. He does that. The only difference was that boy on that defensive line, that rookie, they better coach him and keep him because he's going to be a problem in the NFL. That, because let's be honest, had he not punched that ball out, everybody pretty much 99.9% knew Kansas City was going down the field to score a game over, right or wrong.
I agree.
It's always who makes, who gets that last turnover. We got ours early, they got theirs late, and they benefited from it. That was the bigger shock to me, is how people were like, oh my God. And I like Lamar Jackson, but I still have to say he's not an elite quarterback. He's never going to be an elite quarterback because he can't throw. His my mechanics is better than his. Lamar Jackson is always going to be a gimmick player. Hell, he's not even better than Cordell Stewart. Charlie Ward could come out of off the streets and play quarterback better than Lamar Jackson. It's like I like him, but you can't put him on the same pedestal as all these other QBs. Because if you take away his running, what has he done? Or what does he do? It's funny how watching sports, you see them trying to manufacture stars for the next generation.
Yeah.
Because they know Aaron's about to be gone. They know Tom's about to be gone. They done lost Drew. Peyton's gone. So it's like they trying to find these next, faces of the league, and it's been a struggle.
Well,
so now they're trying to manufacture them.
Well, one of them couldn't get on the field because he's got 26 charges against him. One of them has to learn how to throw. Yeah, he can run his ass off, but he has to learn how to throw. The other one has to stop running his mouth because 20-0 should have never been said.
You can do that just to talk shit. Players gonna talk shit. That's gonna happen.
There's a way to talk shit without trying to rub over the team's noses in it, because even though y'all didn't win the Super Bowl last year, every team is still gunning for you because you're still the class of the league, and they know that.
And that's the thing. Isn't that wild? No one cares about Tampa, but everybody still cares about us. It's like that Tampa ring is the equivalent of the Lakers ring in the bubble, or when the Spurs got the ring on the shortened season. No one cares.
That is exactly true. Truer words have never been spoken. I mean, think of it. It's almost like the league set it up. Hey, the Super Bowl's in Tampa. Brady's now in Tampa. Bring Gronk in. Let's win a Super Bowl.
Oh, that was all a setup. That was. I don't care what nobody say. My homie Tim, you Tim been on the show before. My conspiracy brother, me and him both feel the league set that shit up. So that's why we like. I could easily see Kansas City going again this year, facing Tampa again and winning, and then Brady go off into the sunset because the whole passing of the torch. Because in the AFC, we lost, they went and they won. Next year, we play them, we beat them, we go off and win. Last year, we meet them in the Super Bowl, we lost, they get a ring. I'm expecting the same thing to happen because they give Brady so much prominence, so much of an essence of greatness, as if he's never been trash. And he's had some trash ass season.
Yes,
but he's been saved. And the thing is, what gets me, when he's had great players around him, he can't produce. You had Randy fucking Moss setting records out this ass, but magically you couldn't win. Randy leaves.
Remember, Brady's kryptonite is called Eli Manning.
But I'm just saying though, you had Randy fucking Moss ripping the league apart like he did his first 3 years before people realized, let's get a fast safety to keep up with Randy. Tearing everything up. Then you get the Super Bowl, you get noodle arm, and you can't go deep to Randy.
And you know what's funny about that? Did you watch any of week one's Eli and Peyton Manning doing the Monday night game?
Uh-huh.
So you heard that thing where they pulled up the picture of Sierra wearing the jersey dress, and she was wearing Russell's Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
And Peyton got mad, and he was like, that was the ring I was supposed to get. And then Russell said, well, Brady has the ring I was supposed to get. And Eli is sitting there laughing in the corner like, well, I got the two rings he was supposed to get. So what goes around comes around. And Brady's time is coming. I don't think that he'll win another one. At least let's keep our fingers crossed.
They're going to go to the Super Bowl again. They're going to lose. Then that'll be Brady's. Because then he'll beat some more Super Bowls than anybody else as a quarterback, probably.
Well, he already has.
Time to go off into the sunset. Remember, he has to outdo or accomplish what Peyton did. Remember, Peyton went twice, won once. He's going to do the same thing.
No. Peyton went 3 times, won twice.
Was it 3?
Yes. He went twice with the Colts.
I'm talking as far as when he was with Denver, when he left and went to another team. Remember, he won Super Bowl twice. He only won
Oh,
once.
That's right. He's gone 4 times then.
Yeah.
4 times and won twice, yeah.
But the thing is, Brady has to match what Peyton did when he was in Denver because he has to stay ahead of Peyton. He has to stay the better player. But what he fails to realize, though, you're not going to go into a draft class like Peyton did. Peyton went in to where, there was other players, but Peyton literally had 2 draft classes with him, and he was the man of both classes. That's one thing Brady's not going to get, unless he's going to create another pandemic when it comes his time.
That's true.
But shit, the way he got, the paper he got, he might be able to do that.
Now, we got some games coming up this week for week 3. I want to focus on all 4 teams in the AFC West. And you tell me if you think they're going to win or lose. The first one is easy because 2 teams in the West play each other. Chargers at the Chiefs. Both teams lost Sunday. The Chargers lost that close one to the Cowboys. And from what I saw on that, they're not ready yet. They're not.
Where's the game going to be at?
It'll be at Arrowhead, I believe.
I'm going to give it to the Chargers.
You know what, though? It's still in the back of the Chiefs' mind. That was their other loss last year. Granted, they rested their starters, but it's in the back of their mind. And I don't think Kansas City wants to lose 2 in a row because that's going to put you 1-2 in the standings. You don't want to do that. So,
I'm going to give it to the Chargers because something has to light a fire under this team, under that defense. And see, here's the reason why we lost to Baltimore ultimately. And few people have admitted it. And the commentators was talking about during the game, but they was being funny. Because I don't know if you saw it on do y'all get our news there? Or is it just strictly
everything's local. Well, I mean, we get Kansas City Chiefs stuff, but it's local.
Okay. So did you see the report about Robinson and what's the other speedster's name?
Not Tyreek.
No, not Tyreek. The other one.
Hardman.
Yeah, Robinson and Hardman was in the paper bitching and complaining about how they ready to show what they can do, but it's hard to do when Tyreek has 9 catches and Travis has 12. And they only get 2.
Now, here's the thing about that. And I'm split 2 ways on it. The fantasy football owner in me who has Mecole Hardman on his team, I would like to see him get 9 catches. Yeah. But also the fantasy football owner in me knows that I got Travis Kelce who can get 9 catches. So who do you think I started Sunday? Exactly.
But
here's the thing. Ric Flair has a saying. In order to be the man, you got to beat the man. And if you can't get out there and get open 9 times, you're not going to get the ball thrown to you 9 times.
And that's the thing. I felt like Andy was trying to prove a point. Because you notice in that game, all bullshit aside, all jokes aside, if you pay attention to the team and watch how Mahomes was playing, even though they were double teaming Tyreek, we done seen him throw to a double team to Tyreek before. Am I right or wrong? That ain't never not happened. So you all of a sudden you notice he's forcing the ball to Hardman. He's forcing the ball to Robinson. Granted, they're making catches, but you're not breaking any tackles. You're getting 8 yards here, 7 yards there. You're not getting first downs because you want to catch the ball and do a complete 360 turnaround, then figure out where to run instead of just catching the ball and going upfield. That's where you suffer.
Classic example of a diva wide receiver.
Yeah.
Throw me the ball.
So they learn to catch the ball and just go upfield. They're never going to achieve what they're trying to achieve. And so the problem that's been going on is they did a little complaint, and I could tell that Andy pacified the complaint because they done got more targets than I ain't ever seen. But the problem is they didn't do shit with it. But you see, Pringle caught his, and what did he do? He busted Baltimore's ass and got that touchdown.
And side note, he got a contract with Pringles potato chips too.
That's dope as hell too. And then it's like you see Travis took from him, and hey, that touchdown Travis got, that was a motherfucking monster. That dude, he stiff armed him to the ground. I was like, that's fucking embarrassing. That's embarrassing as hell. But it's just, we cost ourselves the game trying to pacify two motherfuckers that may not be here next season. That's on last year they deals, and they know they're auditioning for the Chiefs and everybody else. Play your role.
Yeah.
Do your job.
Did they not learn anything from Sammy Watkins, who, by the way, he's listed as the #1 in Baltimore, and both these 2 weeks he hasn't been the leading receiver. Hollywood Brown has been the leading receiver.
And that's another thing I want people to acknowledge. While they're trying to come down and say our defense is horrible, if you take away that fumble call from Baltimore, what did their defense do? You know what I'm saying? There's no defense in the NFL outside of Tampa right now. And that pains me to say that. Everybody else's team is giving ass up like a hooker at the hoodies. It's out there.
I don't even believe Tampa's that good. They let Atlanta put 30 on them.
Yeah, I'm just going
now granted, they still outscored the Falcons, but
yeah, and they had a blowout this past week. So I mean, it's a roll of the dice on that, but all said and done, it's still just like ain't nothing spectacular out there defense wise. Why they trying to come down on the squad? So I'm just like, just stop it. I mean, because hell, the going back to what you said about the shocker of the week. Shocker of the week really is Seattle. How the hell are you up 24 to like 3, and you lose in overtime, and you let Derrick Henry run for like 230?
Yeah, that's the shocker. You got beat by a running team, and you're up by double digits. That's the shocker.
Yep.
Now, if Tennessee had passed their way back into the game, I could see it. But every time they showed a highlight, they showed Derrick Henry, who looks slow as hell, just outrunning people.
We didn't gave the film on how to stop them. Teams need to pay attention. We showed in that playoffs how you stop them. But the thing is, you got to have that hard one to tackle them.
Not every team has a Daniel Sorensen.
Hey, Thunder Dan gets it done. He gets it done.
He all right. Apparently, according to you, he's not going to get it done Sunday, though. You got the Chargers. I got the Chiefs. I actually got the Chiefs winning this game.
I'm going with the Chargers. I think we still got some shit to figure out. You know, we got some, I think, inner bickering going on that needs to get resolved. And it's going to take another loss to get people to realize we fucking know what could be a big season.
Yeah. Now, whoever comes out of this with the loss is going to be 1-2. The other team will be 2-1. So it got to tread careful, even though it's the beginning of the season. Now, the other two teams in the AFC West, Denver is 2-0. They're going to go 3-0. They play the Jets. I mean, you can call it what you want. They play the Jets. The Jets are about to get their ass waxed.
I'm just glad that Teddy B is airing that rock out. I'm glad that somebody finally letting Teddy B throw the ball.
Yeah. Raiders host the Dolphins. That one's going to be tough. I know the Dolphins
Man,
got
about to
blanked,
kill the fish.
but here's the thing: Tua is not starting. Tua
Tua's out.
went down last year when we played him. Fitzpatrick came in, and our defense lost us that game. We got a score to settle. The problem is we don't know what to expect with Jacoby Brissett.
I mean, he's a solid quarterback, but I don't think he's gonna be ready.
I hope not. I really do, because this is a home game. That crowd needs to be pumped up, and we need to start off 3-0. That will put us in the driver's seat if we can get 3-0.
And see,
If
and
we
that's
fall to
nothing.
2-1, it becomes shades of last year.
That's another thing about to happen. So we both agree the Chiefs are going to win in the division, right or wrong.
That's who I picked at the beginning of the season.
Y'all about to have full steam ahead, but you're gonna have little brother in the back window. When the dust settles, we're gonna be at the finish line wondering what happened to y'all. That's what I think is gonna happen. It ain't gonna be a 9-7 type season or whatever. At some point, the wheels are gonna fall off. You see, I just got this feeling Gruden's gonna find some way to fuck it up. Not like he's done before, but in a completely different way when it shouldn't be like that.
You know, I see it a totally different way. We're going to get in the playoffs, but y'all not going to be like looking in the back saying, bye-bye Raiders. It's going to be a slugfest. It is going to be one of those seasons where we might end up playing 3 times. I still believe we're going to split, and then that third game, y'all might win because of home field. You'll have it at Arrowhead. That's just the way I look at it.
I can see that.
But Gruden will get us over the hump, because if we get in as a wild card and y'all are 1 seed, we won't play you immediately. We'll either host or we'll go on the road for the first round, and we'll win that game. And that'll get Gruden and Carr both over the hump, because not only would they have gotten in the playoffs, they would have won a playoff game. And, you know, all that, the ghost of 2016 will be exercised. However, in that following week, and or the AFC Championship game, whichever game we end up facing Kansas City, that's the one where Kansas City will show up. And we are where y'all were against the Patriots a couple of years ago. We're going to play tough, but we're going to get beat. And we're going to have to see if we can build on that for next year.
And see, the thing is, and also, if y'all going to make a run, it needs to be ASAP, because y'all about to have financial issues. Because if Carr keep doing what he's doing, he's gonna want the bank, and these quarterback contracts are going up.
Yeah, I agree.
And you guys make a decision. What do we do?
Well, we're gonna have to make a decision on Waller too.
That, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you see how we've, you know what I'm saying, we didn't pull some nickels and turn into some dimes, you know what I'm saying, by the skin of our teeth. But unlike Elway, we have the window open longer. But I think we probably got about another year or two for that. It's gonna be closed on us, and we're gonna have talent around boys. And we're gonna be like, who the hell is that? Who the hell is that?
We're gonna have our GM call your GM and find out how we can turn 50 cents into 500 million.
Our phone won't be on.
Probably not, because you spent all the money, so you ain't got
exactly.
No.
We can't pay the bill, because there's a reason that Brown, the lineman, hasn't been extended yet, and there's a reason Honey Badger hasn't been extended yet. But I will say, game 1 and game 2 solidify Honey Badger. He's gonna get a new deal. Defense look different in the secondary or whatever. He's gonna get a new deal.
Yeah, but coming out getting 2 picks. Yeah, he's for sure.
And that first pick, that showed you how Jackson's not a passer. He tricked the hell out of him when he got that pick. I was like, you didn't see this? How did you not see him?
And he was just creeping up.
Man.
But hey, I'm not worried about Lamar because we beat him.
Y'all did. But, it was about time. Unfortunately, I hate that we're on everybody's need to beat list because we done had this little run over for the young quarterback. It's like Lamar needs to be able to get home. But I like Lamar Jackson when he said in the press conference, what did I do? I didn't win a Super Bowl. I just got to win during the season. I don't have a ring like he got. So what did I do? I'll give him props for that. When all said and done, he got back to the realism of, I still ain't did nothing.
Yeah. I didn't like what he said the week before about us. He's like, they ain't seen nothing like me yet. Sure we have. We studied that film. Ask him how many times he fumbled.
That's him taking in that media hype. Because Harbaugh is going to pump his head up as much as he can. Because Harbaugh know he was on the way out before Jackson had the MVP season. If he had an MVP season, Harbaugh would be in Michigan with his brother wearing some khakis from Target.
That's true because after Harbaugh went to the Super Bowl, they just had pretty much anybody from anywhere trying to play quarterback for a while back there.
Hey, if I give Jimmy G props, he out there balling.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I got to give John Lynch props. He might be a good GM after all.
All right, so we got some fantasy football stuff here. First off, no, props to you. I mean, in Division 1, I'm holding down. I'm almost holding down the basement, and I just want to thank Tim for holding down the basement, so I'm not in there. But I'm hurting. I'm 0-2, so I've started off in the worst possible shape. I need to pull out that first win. I don't want to go 0-3. That's a hard hill to climb out.
You took a tough loss week 1. You took a tough loss.
Well, I took a tough loss last week too. We were tied going into the fourth quarter. All I needed.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. I needed Kelsey to come through for me, but when Baltimore got that ball back and they start marching upfield, I'm like, really? Not Monday night, Sunday night. And when he ran it into the end zone, he beat me. So it was over. I was hoping that he would throw a touchdown pass to Hollywood Brown, who's also on my squad.
Yeah.
So we would have both got 6 points.
I was like, you played Ben, right?
I played Ben, yes.
And Ben had Jackson.
Yeah.
That was cold.
Yeah, it hurt. And it didn't help that Russell Wilson had an uncharacteristically un-Russell Wilson-like day.
That's the thing, though. Russell put up points. He just didn't have a lot of field because the defense was balling for a second.
Yeah.
That's one thing. That's one thing with fantasy. You want a quarterback with an average defense because a good defense might constantly get the ball on the 30, and it's going to take a lot of passing to get those yards to add up. So when I saw Russell Wilson was like 18 for 24, but only 210 with 3 touchdowns, I was like, well, how the fuck did that happen?
Exactly. Or if you get a scrub quarterback for like those weeks where your main quarterback is off for a bye, you get you a scrub that you know is going to be playing from behind. What are they going to do? Throw. I'll take that too. That's why I've got my backup is old boy from Cleveland.
Well, mine's Derek Carr.
You might want to start him soon.
No, I ain't got Derek Carr. I'm fucking with you.
I was gonna say you might want to start him. Anyway, I'm in 9th place, but guess who is in 3rd place? Looking sharp, looking good. The Supreme Team. Congrats, brother.
All right. They put me in 3rd. Okay.
Yes, you are 2-0 in 3rd place. You are behind Ben, and you're behind who is cold-blooded?
Lamont. He focused this season, seemed like, because he done gave out 2 ass whoopings.
I saw that.
2 weeks in a row, he done destroyed cats.
Well, yeah, I was the first guy. I was in week 1.
Yeah.
He took me down in week 1, and then I got that heartbreak from Ben last week. So, we'll see what happens this week. Now, our fortunes flip in picks. I don't know who Raiders for Life is. They are currently the ranked number one out of 29, in the league with a record of 22-10. I am holding down 10th place, so I'm somewhere in the middle of the pack. I'm 10th out of 29. I have a record of 20-12, so I'm only 2 games back, but in 10th place.
Yeah.
So I can shoot up there real quick with a good week. Conversely, Warhorse, that would be you, is 25 out of 29. However, your record is 17-15. You're only 5 games out.
I'm struggling like a cheerleader at prom that just found out she's pregnant. Struggling.
Now, I hurt myself because I didn't put my picks in until Thursday when the first game had already kicked off. I had forgot. And I was going for Washington. Who won? Washington.
Yeah.
One game truly does make a difference. I'm 2
I took
games
some
back now.
chances this past week that didn't pan out.
Yeah. I mean, if that Seattle game had worked out for me, I might be looking at the top 5.
You still within striking distance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play your game, keep it going.
I can't afford to make any more mistakes for a minute.
It's a done deal for me. I'm way in the back. I'm doing it now just for sportsmanship.
Bro, it's 15 games left in this season. 15 weeks left, excuse me.
I would need a serious collapse. I would need world. Ooh.
Well, it's funny that you say that. Who was talking crap in Picks League? I forget who it is, but whoever is Mongolian duck butter. They were talking major smack. They've dropped to 12th out of 29. So it truly is any given Sunday.
Never mind, I need to do my picks too.
I need to do mine too. I'm not waiting until tomorrow. I'm gonna do them while I'm working on editing this show tonight. But we'll see how well we do next week in picks, and we'll see if those numbers change. I got a couple of members of the Horseman family here with me again. These are my dudes. These are my boys, my brothers. I got Caz and I got Big Show. How y'all doing?
Cool, man. Cool.
All right, so
I'm trying to look at the camera and look at y'all instead of looking at y'all. I can't keep looking at the camera.
I have that problem too. All right, we talking music on this episode because I want to keep it light. I want to keep it fun, but we want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of music. And a lot of it is, what's that term we were using tonight? All style and no substance. But I want to talk about first the things that you like, and we'll get into the negatives in a minute. So I'm gonna hit both of y'all up, and you tell me what's your favorite artist. It could be a solo artist, male, female, band, or a group.
My favorite of all time, I have to pick Prince. Period. Just on many levels. Loved his music, loved his talent. I was a musician and always wished I could be on his level, at least equal to his level.
Sure.
Good answer. I'd have to say, because I'm a big fan of ballads. So I think Luther would be my top tier balladeer that I can listen to. And there's not a song that I don't like that he sang.
Okay.
Not a bad song from him. None.
So I mean, we'll sing with Prince. There's not a bad song.
I would agree with both of those. So tell me, what would your favorite album be? Doesn't have to be a Prince album or a Luther album, just your favorite album. It could be by somebody else, just something that you would listen to all the way through. A lot of times it's not a bad cut on them.
See, this is a different question. Probably for me, my music, I mean, I go for all across the board in genres. I really like Boys to Men's Motown
It'll be
album.
back again.
No. They're old school where they were doing 60 doo-wop and acapella. And they did Ribbon in the Sky acapella. Things like that. So I really, there's not a bad song on that album.
Okay.
I can
Caz?
just plug that CD in and go.
I was thinking about a couple of answers, and I think I kind of change up on one. I was thinking about something Show said at another time, and I'm thinking about gospel. And
See, that's a whole different story there.
well, God rest his soul. There was a DJ I used to work with when I worked at Comcast, and he made a remix of nothing but gospel music. And out of all the music that I listened to gospel wise and everything, it was that CD that I could play over and over and over and over. And it would jolt every emotion and feeling and thought out of me. By the time you finish listening to the whole CD, you're drained, like you were in church on a good hopping Sunday. That's how I felt on that CD. So I'd have to go with that CD. God bless this guy for making that CD for me. I'd have to go there.
Nice. Now, if you could just pick any one song that you just absolutely love by any person, what would it be? Come on now, y'all had rehearsal time for these questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but now I want to change my answer because I like so many songs.
Yeah.
A song, there's actually two of them that when we all use music differently. When we're hyped, we got hype music. When we're working out, we got workout music. When we're feeling a little lovey-dovey, we got that type of music. But when you're down, like I said, I go to the gospel songs. My two all-time favorites, Fred Hammond, No Weapon Formed Against Me Shall Prosper. And then Kirk Franklin and the Family Conquerors. Those are my two all-time favorites. I'll plug those in back to back and blast them in the car. And by the time I'm done, I'm totally uplifted spiritually.
I don't know if y'all remember this album while we're on the subject gospel. Marvin Wine's Perfected Praise Choir.
Yes.
That's my all-time favorite gospel album.
Mm.
I lost that CD at one point, ended up finding it again. You can't find it anywhere at any store now. I had to go through some online searching, but I got it again.
I think
Love
my
that
all-time
CD.
favorite from the Winans is the song Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good song too.
Yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites.
And we have Nifty in the house. What's up, Nifty?
Hey, what's going on with you, man?
Not a whole lot. I'm gonna catch you up. While Caz is thinking of his favorite song, I want you to tell me your favorite artist and your favorite album. Not necessarily by that artist, but it could be by anybody else too.
Okay, you said my favorite artist and my favorite album.
Yeah,
right?
They could be by the same person. They could be two different people.
My favorite artist, favorite album. And although James Brown, Funkadelic, all them are my favorite artist, but one of my favorite albums would be by Nancy Wilson. And she had an album called Come and Get This. And she is the person that discovered, she's responsible for discovering Arsenio Hall. He actually opened for her. Of course, he was, I won't say discovered him. He was actually a contestant on with Ed McMahon, whatever the name of it. Star Search. He was on Star Search, but he got one of his breaks was through Nancy Wilson.
Hey,
She's
real quick, we want
artist.
to clarify who Nancy Wilson is, because there's a lot of the people that are listening hear Nancy Wilson and they think sister of Ann Wilson, the group Heart. Not the same person.
That's a good clarification.
Yes.
Because you're right. She's a jazz artist. Jazz, and she, of course, jazz singer, maybe I should say. And she has an album called one of her, matter of fact, her greatest hits album, which would have Come and Get This, Yours Right as Rain. That album was just packed with hits, and it had a lot of good feel-good violins. I like a lot of violins and strings in a song, which just brings out so many harmonies and so many emotions in a song. And she was really good at that. Her and Roberta Flack was really good at that. And I take that back. One of my favorite artists and favorite songs is Donny Hathaway.
Say it.
Yeah, Donny Hathaway. And the name of that song would be
Come on.
I've been so many places
in my life and time.
Woo! I've seen
Boy.
so many songs. I sing a lot of songs.
Oh man. Yes, indeed.
We're Long, and I'm singing this song for you.
Yeah.
And I remember him because, he took his life because of Roberta Flack. Loved Roberta Flack. He asked her to marry him. She said no. So he jumped off of I won't say Brooklyn Bridge. I'm not sure. He jumped off a bridge in New York somewhere. But he had a way of singing and the harmonies that felt that. You can feel every note in his voice, in the piano. It was just even his Christmas album was dope.
Because if I remember right, KPRS plays his Christmas song on Christmas time every year.
Every year. That's their signature. There has never been a year that I've been alive that I've listened to KPRS that song is not the first song and if not the last song that they play during the Christmas holiday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They touched it.
Yeah.
You touched it.
Yeah,
and at 7 a.m. on Christmas morning, you can always hear James Brown, Santa Claus is coming straight to the ghetto.
Yep.
Clockwork. Clockwork.
Without fail. Now,
Caz?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna swing things up a little bit. This will be different because I didn't think about this. I was looking at my list and I was talking about, I don't know if I mentioned Take Six before, but Take Six.
Yes.
Take Six has a song on their album that was called So Much to Say. And I learned in the beginning of my getting into religious learning a lot of stuff from Take Six. And they have a song called Come Unto Me. Man. Come unto me, all ye that labor, and I will give you rest.
One of my very first a cappella bands that I fell in love with was Take Six. Brian McKnight's brother is in that band, in that group.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Man. That album, that album, I don't even know when that album came out. That was back in the 80s. I still play.
Is that the same album with David and Goliath? Is that the same album that's got that on there?
David and Goliath. Yeah, that's Sunday's on its way.
Yeah.
I think that's Sunday's on its way.
Yeah, that's a good album. And if you like a cappella bands like that, check out Pentatonics.
Pentatonic?
Pentatonics, P-E. It's either Pentatonics or Pentatonics. I may not be saying it right, but them suckers can sing, and they put on one hell of a show. I took my daughter to Starlight a couple years ago, and oh yeah, they're awesome.
I wrote it down.
No instrument, all vocal, music. Oh my God, it's wonderful.
Oh no, David and Goliath. I'm just looking at it. David and Goliath is on that. This CD was before So Much to Say. It's just called Take Six, Take Six.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That was the first album I had to Take Six. But I
Yeah.
know what song you're talking about.
yeah, David and Goliath is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs in.
When I turn it on, I think I sound just like
Oh yeah. And then if you me, you go through and try to do each
do
harmony.
all the hits. Yes.
Do all the
Yes.
harmony.
Now my falsetto's not as good as it used to be, but boy, 10 years ago, look out.
Well, you can hit it. Hit it and
Woo!
get it.
I didn't even get racked first. I could still hit them notes.
I was all 6 of them. I could just pick each voice and sing each voice all the way through. I'd start the song over and then pick the next voice. All the tenors, the baritone, the bass, all of them.
When I was in high school, I was in an a cappella group, gospel group called LBC, stood for Led by Christ. And we did a lot of a cappella stuff. So I'm really in love with that listening to the person next to you, hitting that right note.
Yeah.
Being too sharp, too flat. That's I love that.
Hey, a super secret just between me and y'all. I'm the best singer I know once I'm in the shower.
There you go. Or in the car by yourself.
But see,
there you
if
go.
you're not you have to be in my truck to be the best singer
The best.
of all time.
Well,
in my
that-
truck.
That may be true.
Not
But
his, not yours, not my
out of the
truck.
4 of us, I am probably the least musically talented person in this room here. For real.
Dude, I
Can't
can't sing to save my life.
Yo, this is nice exposure to opening up some music stuff, man. This was good. I like this one.
Now,
This
I
one's
actually
good.
had a scholarship to
I
college.
am
for
learning
singing.
how to play guitar. I am determined to learn how to play the guitar. I am learning. Don't ask me to pull it down and play any chords. Not today. I won't embarrass myself. But maybe towards the end of this year, I'll pull it down and play something. Oh, I can pose. I can pose really.
I wanna learn to play the piano.
And Heather told me I should have learned that before guitar because it's easier. And I'm like, I don't know anything about anything, so I'm starting from scratch. So I wouldn't
Yo,
be able to tell you what's easier.
you keep breaking up. Is he breaking up to y'all too?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me better now? How's this?
It just keeps breaking up off and on.
Sound like you're slowing down when you talk.
That's the William Shatner in me.
I play
Great answer.
All-time greatest pimp.
That's a great answer, man.
Okay, so everybody tell me who, whether it be a group or artist, who can you not stand?
Cardi B. And
Any of the new shit.
Yeah, Megan the trainer. Megan the Stallion. I just can't. It's too much for me. Yeah,
That's interest in pop music.
it's too much.
Anything that bubbly bubblegum is shit. I just
I'm saying you a CD with nothing but bubblegum pop.
All right,
That's all it's gonna be.
I got a good one for y'all here. All right. Caz knows this. I don't know if y'all know. One of my all-time favorites is Sting, not the wrestler.
yeah, but
Praise the man.
Sting too.
I
like
love Sting.
too.
Every album he has, he's got a new album coming out, and the first single was released a few days ago.
Really?
I'm horrified. It sounds bubbly pop. I don't like it.
Oh.
I'm hoping it grows on me, but the reason why I preface that, because of the artists that we've said we like, is there a song by them that you may not like at all, that you have to skip all the time from your favorite artist?
One of my favorites that I would have to skip all the time would be The Time, with Morris Day and The Time, would be the song High School. There was a song called High School that they made that is just like ridiculous. It was one of those songs to me, like they were like, yeah, we need to put something else on this album. And boy, it sure be fun to be in high school again. And that seems like how they wrote that song. It was just
So basically a throwaway track.
yeah, it was a throwaway track for real. It was ridiculous, man. You know, I have a question since we're talking about artists in particular.
Yes.
Can you name an artist that, or one of your all-time one-hit wonder artists? I have two.
Oh man. There's see, one hit wonder. That's gonna be hard because
Yeah, I got one.
Which
Go
one
ahead.
you got?
Flying Without Wings by Ruben Studdard.
Really?
yeah, where did Ruben go?
Exactly.
He went to Broadway. I think he did something on Broadway for a real short stint, and then he was in somebody's sitcom, or he was in something that had to do with like man, I don't know what that was. It was some type of like almost like it was a sitcom or something real short, and then all of a sudden he just
And then the other one would be from the same show, and he only put out one good song. Was I think his name's Yemen, and it's got a really cool beat. Starts with a piano. Hell, I got it in my iPod here somewhere. Cry for You, something like that.
Yemen?
I think that's his name.
Okay, I got
Yeah,
one.
you got me on.
I got one. Does anybody remember a dude named Eagle Eye Cherry? He had a
No.
song called Save Tonight. You remember Nina Cherry? She did that song Buffalo Stance in the 80s.
Dang, man.
Kind of remember that Buffalo stance.
That would have been her brother. He had one hit, and it was called Save Tonight. And his name was Eagle Eye Cherry.
That don't sound familiar to me at all. No,
Let me see if I can pull that up.
I got it. I got it.
Got it.
I always feel like somebody's
Rockwell.
watching me.
That's
Elliot Yemen, that's his name. Elliot Yemen.
Okay. That sounds familiar, but
And I'm trying to get the song just so you hear the first part. Because once you hear it, you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that song.
All right, while he's pulling that up, where's Eagle Eye?
Y'all remember that one?
It sounds familiar.
oh yeah. Yeah.
One hit wonder.
Yeah. I remember that song.
Okay, so you were asking about my favorite artist, a song that he has that I can't stand to listen to.
Yes.
Prince, Batman soundtrack. Vicky Waiting. I can't stand this song.
Really?
I always fast forward through this song every time I play this album.
Now,
Okay.
Can't stand it.
if you would have said to me that you were going to pick a Prince song, I wouldn't have thought that you would have picked that one.
Which one do you think I would pick?
I don't know. But it wouldn't have been.
Nah, I just that song, since it came out back in, what was it, 86, 87, I've always skipped through it on the cassette, and I skipped through it on the CD, and I skipped through it on the iPod, and I skipped through it on my iPhone, I skipped through it on my iPad. It gets skipped.
That one would have been 89.
Okay, so Vanessa was a year old when that came out. Okay. Oh.
Hey, Leslie.
I got the fingers behind the head.
Why she ain't got no friends? No.
I got one friend.
It was
I got one friend right here.
only today.
Only today.
Yeah.
Caz and Rue, how you doing?
He said
Yo.
he's not talking to you. He said he's not.
I like
talking
your
to you.
glasses.
He said he's not talking to you.
He's not
Compliments of Pinecrest.
Oh, okay. Rich, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good.
Yeah, I missed you last Saturday. I guess you guys were sitting behind me, but I didn't see you guys.
They didn't want to see it.
They wanted
Sit-
to see it.
They said
He'd be so mean to me, Rich. Like, oh.
Ain't nobody being mean to you.
So what's the next question?
Okay.
All right. I wanted to know.
Bye.
Bye. I want to know.
I know they like next question. No women allowed.
Yeah, like you just get all up in the clubhouse. They trying to make sure they kick you out. Hey, remember this is just like when y'all was kids, ain't it, Caz? And James is like, out.
This is why she's never recruited, because she keeps butting in. That's a
Okay, it's okay. I'm gonna create my own horseman or horsewomen.
The ponies, the little ponies.
All right. So, getting back to the music here. I want to know. We talked about today's music and how much it sucks.
Really bad.
And what I originally had asked y'all was, is it because of technology? Because we mentioned that, you know, they used to work off of 8, 16, 32 tracks, splicing tape. Now it's mostly digital. Is music worse now because of technology?
It's much worse. I think it's too technical, so to speak. It's too perfect. It's too, they say there's no such thing as too perfect, but it is. They've taken music, they've taken the content out to a point, or like you said, substance, that when you're listening to something, you don't feel it anymore. That's my take. For me, music is not about listening. It's about feeling to me. And if I can't feel it, then it just doesn't do what it needs to do. And I think that's what has happened with where we're at with music.
Not all artists out there today are musicians. Like they're just song singers, you know.
Correct.
Like I'm in the trucking business. We don't have very many drivers anymore. We have a shit ton of steering wheel holders though. So I use that as the same experience, you know, because like back when, you know, obviously I'm younger than you guys, but you know, I grew up loving 70s funk. You had the big bands, you had that, and what you heard on the album, if you went to see them live, you basically heard the same thing.
Yes.
At the electronic age, like Nifty's saying now, what you hear on the record, you're not going to hear at the concert.
Yeah, Carl Thomas is a victim of that. Carl Thomas was an artist that Puffy and the crew, the Bad Boy era that they produced. He was supposed to be one of their crooners, as opposed to one of their hip hoppers, so to speak.
Name a song. Name a song so I know who he is. Or play a song, because I probably know it by ear, but not by name.
There's a song that he sang called, I think, Something Tonight. Hold on, I'll look it up real quick. But basically, I saw him at the Budweiser concert that they had in Uptown, and he came with SWV. Who else was there? I think Barkays was there. And needless to say, when they came out, they sound like they sound on the album, if not better, because these are groups now. Even SWV, who doesn't play any instruments that I know of, they can sing.
Oh yeah,
they
sisters with voices.
Yeah, they can
voices.
sing.
Yeah,
but this cat, man, it was horrific. He got booed. Matter of fact, they booed him, and he got mad because he felt like he tried to say, you know, Kansas City ain't ready. You're right. Kansas City ain't ready for no bullshit, man. And what he did on stage, and that wasn't the first time I thought maybe everybody has a bad night. So I saw him at the Budweiser deal, but then I seen him at what was the name of that? It was down at the Richard at the where the bridge is. There's a park right up under the bridge at the Kip Bonds Bridge. There's a park down there that they cleared out, and he was at that fest. That was the Soul Food Fest. He was at the Soul Food Fest, and he was there with Parliament, Barkays, Daz Band, SWV, and who was the other group? Anyway, he was the leading person, and he got booed for 10 minutes. He sang 3 songs, and he got booed on every last one of them. And one of his most popular songs he sang with Faith Evans called "I Can't Believe." He also had one of his popular songs is "First Love," and he was one of those artists, man, that studio artist, good in the studio. Anywhere else, man, is terrible. I'm pulling his music up now, and
That's a prime example of how producers can make or break an artist.
Oh yeah,
producers are what's making a lot of these artists money. Because they're the ones that's going to have to be able to pull something out of what they're doing to at least try to make them sound some sort of decent. That's where auto-tune, all that shit comes into it. I know me, when I used to perform, the days of back in my days and earlier, you felt what you were doing.
right.
You know, in the studios now, I mean, everything seems to be mechanical now. But everything we did, when you were touching the ivories, or if you were touching a guitar string, or if you were holding a mic, you felt that. You see artists that back in our days that were singing, you could see the passion in even the mic, holding the mic. You see the mic is here or here, here. It's not all it is, and all it is, and
even the tambourine player had soul.
hey, if you go to a gospel church, you know what soul on a tambourine look like.
Yes. And, I mean, now it's just, you know, even one of my favorite groups that they don't talk about, doesn't get as much accolades as they should, is Hall & Oates. Hall & Oates is the shit.
Good group.
A lot of these young people don't know about Hall & Oates.
Hall & Oates, if you want to pick an artist that I could put on and not skip through any of their songs, Hall & Oates. They had that Man Eater album. That was a good one. That you could just let it go, man. Those cats had a vibe.
Oh yeah, back in the '80s, they owned MTV.
Yes, they. You know,
for all you youngsters out there, MTV actually used to play music, not reality shows.
Yeah, they used to play what the name of the damn channel is.
Yes,
music television.
Absolutely.
Hey, before we run out of time, real quick, 30 seconds each. Everybody tell me how music has affected your life, good, bad, or ugly.
For me, music has made me a lot of money. To be someone that doesn't play an instrument, I used to play the trumpet, but for a living, I've never played an instrument, but I've played a lot of music, and it's made me a lot of money, and it gives me lots of feeling. I love the way music makes me feel at all times, whether it's good, happy, bad, sad, whatever. It just gives me feeling.
Joe?
Nifty took my answer.
Caz?
Music just drugged me through the emotional mud of life, good, bad, and ugly.
Right.
All right,
Music
fellas.
is powerful. Music is powerful.
I appreciate every single one of you brothers every time we get a chance to meet up. Thanks for being on the show today. And I promise y'all, on the next show that I have y'all on, whether it's about music or not, I will pull the guitar off the wall and I will play something.
Dude, I gotta hear that.
I need some practice though. Nifty, you came in late. I'm just now learning how to play the guitar. So
play Voodoo Child.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, I'm not ready. See, now you're talking about the greats. I can't do that. I can't do
Jimi Hendrix.
There's a hidden joke behind that. Cassie knows what I'm talking about.
I might have to ask y'all off air. Fellas, thank you so much for coming on.
Joke, but it's great.
It's all clean. It's all clean.
Oh, okay.
Definitely want to hear that.
Hey, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Nifty,
right.
Big Show, Caz, Horseman for Life. Thank you.
Yes.
H. 4.
Who's your favorite all-time artist?
All time, that goes to my boys, my brothers, the Isley brothers.
That's a good pick. I didn't think you were gonna pick that. That's a damn good pick. I like
That's
that.
like I said, that's I gotta send you the link. Since you got your fancy, tablet, you can put Spotify on there. And I'll send you the link to my my playlist, Bell Fountain on a Sunday. And you can get a taste of what it was I used to listen to growing up. And I was heavily influenced by the Isley Brothers. Heavily influenced by them.
Okay, so you were down with Ronald the Pimp.
Whole damn family dressed like pimps.
That's true. Conversely, what would be your favorite album of all time? Doesn't have to be Isley Brothers album. It could be another group, but it's an album that you just love and you can listen to basically from start to finish. You might skip one track, but no more than that. That's your all-time favorite album.
Okay. This what I'll do. I'm gonna give you my 5. Album all the time I can listen to. I'm gonna give you 5 hip hop, 5 R&B. Ice Cube's Predator. Dr. Dre's Chronic. Nas's It Was Written. Master P's Ghetto Dope. And the 5th one, see, I want to be biased, say the whole, but I'm gonna just stick with one. The 5th one, Outkast's Aquemini. Them 5 joints right there, you can basically hit play and let it ride. And if I had to substitute, like take P out, I put in T.I.'s what was it? I think it's Steel Series or whatever. His little EP or whatever. I put that in there. Those two are interchangeable with each other. So that's it right there. And I even give you an honorable mention. 6 honorable mention wise, I would say would be six honorable mention would be Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City.
All right, so I know we talked about your favorites, but tell me an artist that you cannot stand. Any genre, any artist or band.
The ones I can't stand, the ones like gimmicks. Like back in the day, Insane Clown Posse. Why? That was gimmick and uncalled for. I couldn't stand that shit. Can't stand Biggie. You already know I don't like Biggie. Biggie's trash to me. So that's one right there or whatever.
Now I got a different question for you, Kev, because I asked the fellas about another aspect of the music industry. But what I want to ask you as a DJ, as we all have talked about the last couple of weeks on the show, you've DJ'd a few events where it's been predominantly Caucasian. What have you learned or listened to or heard that you like out of rock music?
Man, real talk. When I hit you up this week, Sunday at the part time, I'm not getting the van. You're driving the company van. Mugs on 101 KC the Fox. I let it ride. I don't even change the station. I'm listening to classic rock. Just letting that shit ride, just driving. So it's like the whole genre of classic rock, I'm now a fan of.
And see, I try to tell people it's not a black or white thing. You just got to give something a chance.
Dude, and then here's the thing. No, I'm sorry, here's the thing that's funny. When I was at the regatta spinning there, You know, my homie Tim was with me, my bodyguard. He goes, man, I know all these songs you playing. Then fast forward, this past Friday, I'm doing my cousin's wedding. My big bro, my other cousin Nelson, fuck you, Nelson, punk ass Eagles fan. Him and his brother, my other cousin Tracy, he's talking about, man, we knew all the songs you was playing. We forgot we know this music. We blocked it out because we don't want to be like, yeah, we know this, we know because it's considered white music. But people fail to realize when we wasn't on the radio, that's all we had. Before we got a radio going, that's all we had. Like when you turn to MTV before there was a BET, that's all you had was
Right.
that. So it's like, so you shouldn't be shocked that you know it because it's already embedded into your mind. So you should be shocked that it hasn't stuck there to where you want to hear it more.
Hey,
Yeah, but,
that's truth. And it's not about, like I said, it's not about black or white. Music is not black or white. And hell, when it comes to rock and roll, a lot of people need to understand the genre was invented by African Americans.
Yep.
People forget that.
Chuck Berry and them.
Yes, sir. Chuck Berry, Little Richard, as sweet as he was, he helped pioneer rock and roll. All right. As I close it out, I want to ask you the same closing question that I asked.
Hold on. I ain't get to do my 5 R&B CDs.
Oh, go ahead.
So, hey, your boy love music. All right, so R&B wise, some of this may surprise, may catch you off guard. Out the gate, Isley Brothers. I'm not gonna go the old school stuff. You know, they had like 3 songs that were to the album back in the day. You know, so I'm gonna go more current, and I'm gonna go the Contagious album, classic, start to finish. Let that motherfucker ride. Go to your woman to sing Busted. I guarantee she'll tell them something she didn't forgot that she done did that you didn't know about, and you will have the upper hand for about a month. Just play Busted and do that shit. Second, New Edition, Any Heartbreak. Can't go wrong with that. Can You Stand the Rain? All that. That classic right there. You know, you can find yourself, you know, doing all the dancing and everything or whatever. 3, the first Jodeci album, classic. Just to where you almost thought they may have been better than Earth, Wind, and Fire and Isley Brothers and all them. They not. They was the best of their generation. 4, and this, when I was going through my shit with, you know, when I was divorced, your first album, whatever. One day I was at work, for some reason I was like, man, I want to hear some Mary. Mary works for the brothers too. I literally went on a Mary channel on Spotify, and bro, I tell you, 8 o'clock in the morning till 4, it was non-stop fucking Mary. You forget how much music she got. And at the same time, it's like she's in your soul, just like I got you. Just killing it. So, and but I'm gonna go Marry My Life. So that's 4. The fifth one, I'm gonna go the first Anthony Hamilton CD. That motherfucker was so soulful. It grabs you, hugs you, and makes you want to go get some cornbread at the same time. Honorable mention, I'm gonna go to my boy Music, and I'm gonna go to the one that says The Girl Next Door Had I Known, you know, he knows what I'm talking about. I forget the name. It had love and all that shit on it. No, not that one, not that one. The one, damn it. It's the
If you
album
can't think of
cover.
the title, it shouldn't be in the honorable mention.
No, because see, you know, he puts all his words together and everything, which I hate that he does that. But it got Monopoly on it, and the whole CD's classic.
He's all
I
right.
think
He's
it's like, you
all
know,
right.
the cover.
He's not Maxwell, but
Well,
he's
you know,
all right.
Maxwell, I'll put Maxwell at 7. I'll give Maxwell a 7 for Urban Hang Suite because he has yet to
That
beat
was
that
the
album.
album.
He has yet to. Me, I took that album from Tony. I took that CD from him. I am 15 years old listening to Maxwell like, oh my God, what am I listening to? But at the same time, I'm like, bitches gonna love this. You know, so it was just
That's
that
right.
Maxwell was a motherfucker.
Hey, side note. How many times have you been with a female intimately and you had that CD on and you just put till the cops come knocking on repeat?
To where they just like, what is this? See,
All
I
right.
gotta find this music album. It's gonna drive me crazy if I don't. Soul Star came out in 2003. Music Soul Star. Classic, bro.
All right. Now we up against it on time, so I gotta ask
All
you
right.
real quick. How has music changed your life? Good, bad,
It's
or
my
ugly?
life. It is. Everything I do, I can put a song to it. I have songs in my head continuously to where I have to listen to music. I'm trying to get music out of my head. If I don't hear music, and that's my struggle right now, I'm still not hearing music like I used to, and I'm struggling to find it. And it's like I feel like I got it, but I don't have it. I was raised to where, and this is gonna get kind of deep or whatever. The gift my father gave me was music.
Yeah.
That was his gift. And I tell this day, I hate that when we moved to Springfield, he just came down with his bags and not his records. Because you've seen all the CDs I got. You've seen the 5 books of CDs I got. Y'all, Richard, know I got a stupid amount of CDs that now I got on my external. I got that from my dad because he had milk crates like that full of records that just went up in smoke because he didn't bring it with him. That's my ultimate regret is I don't have his collection because he's what made me diverse when it came to music. And ever since then, I can put music to anything. If you give me time, I will literally give you a playlist to where every title will mouth to you what, you know, it all line up or whatever, to where you'll be sitting there like, how did he do that? Like I tell my little brother, me and him class, because he asked about a beat. I tell him if the beat don't talk to me, that I can't deal with it. If I can't feel like I'm hearing words from it, I can't deal with it. I'm all about that emotional, truth bearing, you let me know how you feel type music. I don't want anything that's just gimmicky or whatever. I mean, it's cool, it serves its purpose, but I want something to where I feel your pain. Like Carl Thomas is emotional. I feel that. When I went through my shit, I felt that. I was Carl Thomas in that song. You know, so like that, I feel that. Or Jada Kisses, We Go Make It. I felt what he was rapping about in those songs or whatever. Or Nas, If I Ruled the World. I felt what he was saying because it was coming from a genuine place. Or matter of fact, Nas's his CD about 5-6 years ago about his divorce or whatever. That whole CD I can fucking relate to.
Right.
I felt everything about that. So it
All
is
right.
for me, music is me. I am music.
Cool. All right. We got to close it on out here, but appreciate our guests. As always, it's fun hanging out with you, Kev.
Yeah.
We could talk music for days
Yeah.
and probably will again soon.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt.
And you know, a lot of this music stuff is going to make for great snippets. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a good week for the Two Dudes podcast.
Yeah,
I feel it.
I agree.
All right, everybody. That's all the time I've got for today. As always, stay positive, stay blessed. I'll see you again next week. Kev, take us on out.
All right, everybody. You know, I ain't gonna say the home, you know, because we done took that L.
Losers.
I'm gonna give props to the LA, Oakland, San Antonio, Las Vegas Raiders. They done put together 2 wins, probably about to get 3. But in the end, you go see is red. So I might as well say it. It's the home of the Chiefs.
Uh,
Boys, but don't yell when you see us.
who's the
We
number
out.
1 ranked quarterback in the NFL? Put some respect on his name.
Oh, Josh Allen?
Now, you a Josh Allen lie. It's
Hey.
Derek Carr.
I just knew it was a white boy.
That's right. It's not Kermit.